Hi, everybody. I've got a lovely success story for you. It is from Sarah from Pakistan, Karachi. So it goes like this. Hi, Agnes. This is Sarah Johnson from Karachi, Pakistan. I want to share my success story. I was waiting for this moment. Firstly, I would like to mention that this world is blessed to have people like you. I am a firm believer of Jesus Christ, and I think He has sent people like you who are working for mental health and are teaching a healthy way of living, as there is very less awareness about it. What we think is what we attract. You are doing a superb job. Okay, so starting off with my story, it's a very long story, and I will try my best to cut the long story short. So my story started when I was 17 years old. By the way, I've recently turned 27. We moved to a new house, and there was this neighbor who used to look at me from his window. He lived opposite my home, and I had never had a boyfriend before, and I started liking the attention he was giving me. And that's where everything started. After months, somehow he approached me and we started talking. First thing he said to me was that he wanted to marry me. He was 12 years older than me. I didn't know how to respond, but even I started liking him. He used to do all the stuff every girl imagines. He made me feel so special. He used to spoil me with gifts and attention, whether it's my birthday or any other day, that I felt like I am the luckiest girl. But there were many issues, just like any other love story. I am a Christian and he was Muslim. But then again, he was never ready to leave me. He promised to stay forever. In between that time, my female friend contacted him and he started talking to her as well. But they were meeting and he told her not to tell me. When I found out, it broke my heart. I don't know how, but I forgave him because I guess I was not ready to give up on all the attention he was giving me. Years passed by and I used to come across his affairs. Whenever I used to tell him to show his phone again, he used to apologize. I guess I became too dependent on him. After some time, my mother came to know about us and he managed everything so maturely. He came home, he talked to my mother, he wanted to marry, and my mother also found him to be a good person. My father also knew I introduced him to my whole family and he was also ready to get involved and all. He even brought his mother at my home, and once we had a fight. He introduced me to his mum, but we had fights because of his habits of talking to other girls, and I started getting broken from inside after a few years. And he started saying that I think it's not working out. At that time, I was totally emotionally dependent on him as we became really close. I was never ready to leave him. My father had a stroke and he was paralyzed in 2016, and I'm the eldest sister and I have two younger sisters. I was already working in a bank and my mother also started working too, and it got too much for me, supporting my family, looking after my dad in this relation, which was getting broken day by day. He started ignoring me, not receiving my calls for days, and then came 2018 when he used to go out months without talking to me, and I used to call him like crazy. He is very manipulative. Whenever he needed me, he used to call and say sorry. He used to come down to my house in his car and he used to take me along. And I used to be normal because I loved him too much. I never talked to any other guy in my life. So in August 2018 came his birthday, and I celebrated like every year, but he started making me believe that we are having too many fights, and I have told my parents to find a girl for me. And I'll do an arranged marriage since it's quite common here in Eastern countries. I broke again. Then came September 2018. He came to my office to pick me up. Very normal day. I was with my best friend. He came to pick us up and we went for shopping. After that, he dropped me home and never picked my call again. I couldn't find out what happened and I messaged him. No response for almost 10 months. I took admission in hosting classes. I was always interested in media. A new journey began. But deep inside, I was waiting for him because I was sure he can never leave me, because it has been 9 years now. Very less. I text because all I got was no response, and he used to check my WhatsApp status. And then came July 2019. I wished him EID and we started a casual talk. He told me he was getting married at first, and I thought it was a joke, but all I found was a changed man. I couldn't handle this because I was crazy. I became crazy, and he told me that I'm not worthy of getting married. I am a modern girl, and he belongs from a religious Islamic family. We have religion issues. After 10 years, he realized that. He and they will never accept me. Who can live with such a girl? He went to his office and he left me there in the middle and started spreading rumors that we were just friends. My mum called him and he said the same thing, that control your girl, she is mad. I will do what my family has told me, and I am happy with the girl whom I am marrying, and I'm satisfied. He blocked me on WhatsApp with a message that, thank you and stay happy. I became a psycho patient. I used to stay awake the whole night. I used to beat myself up, left doing makeup, used to shout, was ready to kill myself, used to keep repeating the same thing, used to start making up things he is with his wife, and I'm not worthy, but is it my fault? I never cheated until when my mum decided to take me to the psychiatrist, but at that day she was not available. On that day I decided to take a new start. I cannot kill myself for a man who has left me to die. All I used to do was fast and pray at 5 a.m. in the morning and somehow found peace. I decided to take admission in MBA and did that. When I reached there, I found my ex was already doing MBA since last year, and here came another lie. He left the university when he saw me, and for me it was a fresh start. I started doing modeling, which was my passion since I was a kid. I started doing exercising. I am a fitness freak and I am an extrovert, so I started hanging out a lot with my friends, and I am blessed that my friends were there. But then again, memories flashed through my mind. I had continuous nightmares of him getting married to someone else. I thought it struck my subconscious mind. I couldn't sleep properly. So my best friend, Tabassum, told me that there is this manifesting technique. I ignored it at first, but when I came home, I started searching and I came across your channel. I had this belief that one day he would realize he has done what he has done to my life. There will be a day. It has been few months that I have been manifesting, and things became better and better. I did short courses of yours. They helped. I have a friend, Akshay, who believes in positivity and law of attraction. He told me to wait for the moment. So it was May 15th, 2020, that I received a text from my ex which stated that he is sorry. He messaged on Facebook and phone. He has unblocked me on WhatsApp, although I have blocked him. And he called me on my birthday, the 28th of May, 2020. I didn't receive the call. So it's all in your beliefs. Whatever we get is what we get. After almost 2 years, he contacted himself. I am not sure whether I will reconcile with him in this life or not for all he has done to me. But I am sure of one thing, that God is there who listens our prayers and our beliefs of staying positive. What we give is what we get. So stay positive, let it all go, and trust the universe. A big thank you to you. And yes, I'm still doing all meditations and I will continue to do them. Love you. Mwah. Wow. Well, SP has come back, Sarah, and apologized. And, I think it's always a direct relation to what work we do on ourselves. As you know, I'm a big firm believer of that. And you getting to the place where you weren't so dependent on him being your source of love and working on yourself. And it's a hard lesson when you're young. It's a hard lesson when you're older too, but it's a hard lesson at any time, at any age, when we don't know. So this is wonderful. We will look forward to a part 2 story from you, Sarah, when you're ready. And yeah, I just want to say lots of love. And also, one more thing. There is a podcast that Renee, a viewer on my channel, has recommended for those of you that want to look at a job-related podcast for people that have been rejected and what they've done with it. It's called Apostrophe, APOSTROPHE, podcast.ca/rejection. So thank you, Renee. I am glad you sent that request to share that, because I listened to a couple and they were good. So thank you. So thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Renee. And I will put the link to the podcast down below for those of you that want to go and check it out. All right, everybody, lots of love. And thank you, Sarah. And onwards and upwards. See you, as always, in the next YouTube.